The next one I go to is kind of interesting. This is a worm they make as a shaky worm or a wacky worm. It's called the fatty Z. Or maybe it's supposed to be pronounced the fatties. I don't know. I don't get paid by Z-Man, so I guess I don't get to know. But what it ends up looking like is kind of a, it's got a little more wobble to it. It's got a fat tail on it. And it looks like that. The whole worm looks like that. It's got a great big hook slot in it right here. But what we do, the hook slot ends right about where you see that bait rib. And I'll send these around too. We cut it off. Yep, and fish the back end on it. Sometimes when they're touchy, they'll eat that better than they will the other. You just have to play with it. We take the front section, cut it up, and make a little tube out of it. And it looks ugly, stupid, and goofy. But gosh, they eat that too, especially when they're on beds. You run that along. That would be a great little option in the creeks too. We throw that a lot of the ultra line. That little tail.
Doesn't do the same thing as yours.
It stubs along a little more. It won't stand quite as tail up as fat as you won't have tube usually does. Dude will sit there and wiggle like crazy. The other one, and this is probably Ned's favorite bait. He writes about this more than any other, I think. Maybe catches more fish on it than any other. Is the Finesse Heads Z, and I'll start it along. This was on that blues rod I sent out. Until this year, I didn't care for this bait at all. I could throw it back home in Kansas City, in our little lakes around there in our farm ponds. I could throw it on a little head, 16-ounce head. I could swim it. I could catch fish over top of grass like crazy. I couldn't throw it at table rock and catch a fish. I would pull on a deep gravel place that had fish breaking on it, throw this nice shad-shaped looking worm at them. They wouldn't touch it. I'd pick up the cut stick, throw it in, and just start hammering. So I thought they wouldn't eat that. And my buddy down Mountain Home, he thinks they won't eat that here either. Well, we had a day this spring, it would have been about April 13th or so, where it was just kind of tough. I don't know why. They weren't eating the cut stick very well. It hadn't been the day before. We caught 40 or 50 fish fishing that Tuesday, but they were worked. They were knocking it, they were bumping it. I kind of thought they were knocking it off beds, nudging it with their mouth closed. So, just on a whim, I picked this bait up, started throwing it. And it fishes more like a slider. You throw it, and you just turn it as slow as you can, and you let it maybe just once in a while tick the bottom, and it's just a tick, and you get back up off the bottom, and turn it real slow. And
what's that you're fishing?
That's the Finesse Heads Z. It's coming around. It looks, what it looks like, it's made out of glass tank, But what it looks like is that Yamamoto shad shape. I think it's a great drop shot. That's the one thing I could do. Everybody, from Ned to my buddy in Arizona, said, you got to fish this bait. You're missing out on the fish. Well, I started throwing it that day, and I just absolutely hammered good smallmouth. Just whacked them. And I had a 4-pound black fishing on there. And the first one, I caught a fish, and I actually took a picture of it and sent it to my guy in Mountain Home. I said, oh no, what is stuck in that fish's head? Because we hated it. And he sent me one back. It's kind of funny. He sent a note back and said, I want to stuff mine up my nose when I have nosebleeds. I hate them. So I fished along, I just kept catching them all day. But I didn't catch the 40 or 50 fish. I caught 14 or 15. But they all were good. They all measured. They were all 18-inch smallmouth, 17-inch smallmouth, 19-inch smallmouth, 4-pound black. For whatever reason, that bait, I think on table rock, sorts for size a little bit. So if you want to get away from all those 12-inch smallmouth, that might be an option. Take that bait and throw that. You'll still catch some 12-inch smallmouth, but you won't catch them anywhere near as you do the other. And it's not a mushy bite. There's no pressure bite. There's no iffy bite. They flop it like they flop swimming. Everything swims by. I did 2 straight days, and then quit. It just quit. And they went right back on the cut stick, and I just, it's such a pain to throw. You got to throw it on braid. You got to throw it on 16. An 8 will put it on the bottom in a heartbeat, and they won't touch it. They won't touch it stand up going like this across the bottom. They want it floating out. You got to throw it on braid and just pull the line off. And And you can maybe throw it to the back of the room if you try, maybe. And if the wind might blow. And they went right back on the cut bait, and I just quit throwing it. It wasn't that I don't like catching good fish, it's just that I was back to catching that same kind of size on the other. The other little baits are actually not Z-Man baits that we throw. These are much more conventional. When you get into the first couple weeks of May, once in a while when they get on beds hard, or they first start coming off beds hard, that water's getting 70-ish, 72-ish, 74-ish even. You know, for some reason they want a little curl in it. Those other baits don't have any curl to them. So we'll throw the Zoom Tiny Brush Hog on like a 16th, and it's not the baby, it's the little bitty guy. It comes in like a 15 count bag, and it's like 2.5 inches long. And sometimes they'll eat that. Gene LaRue makes one too, it's called Who Daddy, and it's a little bitty size. It's super hard to find, that one. And the other one is, we'll take a 4-inch Zoom Lizard and cut it in half. And we'll cut it so that the hook point comes out right between the back legs, basically, and you're left with the back legs and the curl tail. And then for like a week in there, a week and a half, when they don't want that cut stick, they'll eat those curl baits. And I don't know why it is. Ned's written articles about it. You know, it's just an annual kind of thing. The other thing, something I will throw in sometimes is the Z-Man Finesse one, or the Strike King Finesse one that's made out of the same stuff, and cut it way down to get a little more wiggle on it. But those are also fantastic creek baits if you're fishing, you know, all the little rivers around here. Absolutely. That really, guys, is we got a couple more tweaks maybe. A couple folks had asked me before we started about glue. I glue everything. I think glue is maybe the most useful thing I got in my boat besides electric tape, you know, or duct tape, either one. And we glue the heads, of course. What I do is as I'm rigging that bait, as it's going up the hook shank, when you've got about that much space left between the front of your bait and the hook, the back of the head, I put about 2 drops on each side of the hook shank, and then maybe 1 up on the head, and kind of pull it up, pull it down, and push it right back. And that seems to glue it not only to the head, but also to the shank of the hook.
Did you get your fingers open?
I just rip them. I got a better idea than just tearing them. Don't let it sit. Yes, sir.
When you head home from Table Rock back to Kansas City,
Yes, sir.
do you take the bait off of the hook?
Generally, if it's a bait I've fished with, I will get rid of it entirely. Now, I'll tell you, I leave some rigged once in a while. When I came down last year, I left some rigged, and we fished with them in March, and I thought, well, you know, we were just pond fishing, it was just fun fishing, who cares, be my boy. And something to do over spring break, and I thought, well, if they break, they break. That mustad hook didn't corrode a bit. We caught 15 or 20 fish, they held up just fine.
So, and the salt might be what would corrode it?
Salt will absolutely corrode it, salt and water both. If you're using a gamma katsu, it'll eat to pieces. The sharpest hook I've ever put in is a Daiichi. The second sharpest is an Owner. And I love them. They're fantastic sharp hooks. They'll penetrate that metal wall on a snap. The problem is they'll rust out the next day.
But the mustads don't seem to
The mustads don't do it. They just don't do it. I've got some in here that I've had rigged. They're going to need good stretching. I've had this one rigged since I was in April. I've never had a problem with it. Yeah. It'll do when it's hot too. The other thing I do, we use Loctite glue. John sells it next door. He's got a fantastic little display. He's got everything you need right in one spot. It really does. It was so neat when I came through. I took a picture of it. But we take it, and it's not just gluing it up here. We'll take it. This one works.
But you don't pre-rig a lot of heads.
I will pre-rig. This is my box. You guys can pass that around too. There's no secrets in my box, really. They may be a secret thing or two here and there. But yeah, I'll rig like 2 of each color that I expect to fish in sizes. Now, if we're fishing mostly 8s, I may rig a little more. Like that goby color was real hot, so I would rig maybe 3 or 4 8-ounce gobies, especially if I had a guy in the back who I knew. If it's just me, I probably got 2 of each color, 2 of each size when I started weeks, and then I'll thin that out. The other little deal we do is we take them and we run that wire guard down the tip of your super glue. And what that does,
You do what now?
run that wire guard down the nozzle of your super glue, put a little glue on it. pull it out. Alright, what that does, the one drawback to my head, and I love my head, I sold a lot of them, I fish a lot of them, is that the wire will fray. And the reason we use that wire is because that's the best compromise wire I can find. You can go to a coated cable, but they end up getting real stiff when you powder paint them. Like it's real hard, and then you're trying to set on fish with 6-pound line, that doesn't work great. You can go to a real twisted wire, heavy cable, that's even worse as far as setting on fish. I think the Arky heads have something like that. It's just kind of tough to deal with. This is a soft steel wire braided. It really just collapses on the hook set, almost like you just have a couple strands of fiber, except it's just the same deal. But what happens is you take that Loctite and run it on there, it does two different things. It lets you keep your super glue tube open, and it also keeps your wire from twisting. And it really works well. I didn't come up with that little trick. A guy who bought hits from me down in Texas said, hey, you know, by the way, my wires run twisting, and I started running down my super glue. And that's it. That's kind of what I recommend to folks. I would love to figure out a way to coat them, but I can't imagine any way to do it with as many as we make.
Have you ever tried heavy fluorocarbon for guard?
I have not. No, I don't know that it would go through the heating process the way they make the heads. Most of our heads are spin cast now, so that they use the big centrifugal casters where they pour the lead down the middle for us. We still make a lot of them in house, but I think that fluorocarbon would probably not survive that hot lead. I do know guys, and it boggles my mind a little bit, but I know guys who go through and take regular factory heads and drill them out with glue, something like you're talking about in there, but gosh, that's a labor of love. And then some. So, any questions at all? Feel free.
You run a fish water temperature right now, whether it be Stockton or Coated Rock, what would you be throwing?
So I started with yesterday morning. Started with the shad color Ned yesterday morning. We caught fish now. We had those weird little thunderstorm clouds come through the light back here, which I bugged out. That's my problem with it. Yeah, we'll catch fish on right now.
How deep?
Well, that's an interesting question. You know, this time of year with that 85, 86 degree water, you think you have your boat sitting in 35. I have not seen a reason since I've been down for fish to be 10 feet in the Kimberley. That watercolor is, that's hot water. I mean, it's warm water, but it's soupy. It's kind of green. It kind of cleared up a little last week, and it got worse when the boats got out on it over the weekend. And it's maybe, you know, I can see my trolling motor prop pretty well. I can see a white bait maybe 3 feet in places. That's about it. Guys, they've got shad all over those banks. They've got perch all over those banks, and they've got cover, and they've got dirty water. I don't see them leaving until it gets hot thermoclines. And I haven't seen a sign of thermocline in Kimberley. Now, I've heard of the thermocline up west of there. And so there are guys catch them on spoon up west, catch them on spoon up James, places like that. But I haven't found them back here.
You fishing in schooner any?
Yeah.
Schooners loaded with small.
Yeah. Schooner's full of fish. Yeah, the main lake's got a lot of fish on it. They're not on that real flat pea gravel. Normally I fish a lot of the flat gravel or flat runouts that really don't have much definition to them. For whatever reason, starting about Tuesday of last week, these fish had to have a drop. And it had to be a drop like falling off the edge of that table. And it didn't have to go from 10 feet to 90 feet like the left edge. It just had to go like that. And it could be, you know, it could be on a gravel flat that's way out in the lake, and not really a roll off, not where it's plunging off into the channel, but just if you kind of fish along and you see something that went from 12 down to 15, they were just loaded. And you can fish the gravel and fish the gravel and fish the gravel, and you can catch a few, but it was work. And if you got around them on that drop, it was pretty easy. We caught them on Ned, we caught them on Big Green too. We got some on Shake yet, but we caught a lot of fish on Shake. Color, green pumpkin goby, PB&J, and that shad color. I feel a little bit of everything in it. Honestly, the water's so dirty, I haven't seen color make a difference right now. The spring did a little bit. Usually, the one color we really catch them on down here in the summer, especially like from May on, is that green pumpkin and orange. And they just aren't even crawfish. And I can't really catch them on that color for whatever reason. I got a boat full of them. And a box full of them in the house, sitting there staying cool, but they won't eat. Yes, sir.
Have you ever, after you bring your
back from the hook out to the end with a pair of scissors and take the half off?
Oh, like Don Baldridge is doing?
I don't know what his name is. I saw it on.
The video. Yeah, Don's a friend of mine.
I saw that. And
Yeah,
I tell
he's
you
moving to
what,
Springfield.
I did that today for the first time.
He's making that little flappy tail on it. No, I haven't tried it yet. I gave him a bunch of grief about gluing them together.
No, and see, I didn't glue them together. Now,
Yeah.
I think I'll just get a smaller head
Yeah.
and use those cutoffs
Yeah.
on a little baby head for maybe some big birch.
Yeah, oh, we've got Kiss Big Birch. I mean, the monster birch. It's just big dog alive. I had one yesterday. You put the hand and just flopped over. I was pictures in there. You can look at it after the camera turned off. I have not cut it yet. I love Don to death. I fished with him about 3 or 4 times, and we've made some videos together. He actually knows a lot of people I know up in Leavenworth because he's a retired officer. But I know retired officer. And he does some strange things in boats. But he catches a lot of fish.
Was he the one that's on the YouTube?
Winky do this.
Winky do?
Yes, sir.
That's who I saw do it. I tried it today for the first time.
That's it.
I swear it works.
Oh, I guarantee it works. I guarantee it. You see his videos, and it just is an aside. And for folks who've seen Don's videos, they're goofy. He loves to catch fish. He loves to have fun doing it. Great guy to fish with. Doesn't take Don Baldridge. Doesn't take a thing seriously. Winky Doodles on YouTube. And but if he shows you fish caught, that's when he caught them. We had a couple of videos where we did it, and we had fish after fish after fish. We're talking 70, 80 fish. And some of those, they were all actual catches. There was no editing to make that work, other than taking fish out. Yes, sir.
What I hear you saying is you use the 16th ounce most of the time.
I always start with this. Now, I won't necessarily stay with it.
When do you go to the 18th?
When they don't eat the 16. That seems like kind of a ball bat sort of answer, but that's actually the truth. I will start in that bank after 10 feet of water. I'll start with that 16, and I will start dead stick, just like I do the other. If that doesn't work, I may swim it a little bit. If that doesn't work, I'll start maybe with 8 in the same area, just to see if they'll need to 8 on this side. And the other reason to go through the wind, it for sure throws and fishes better in the wind. And then depth. I'll fish that 8 out to 40 feet. When you start getting deeper than 40 feet, I start thinking about jigs. That's just math.
How deep will you fish at 16? 20 feet.
I have absolutely caught fish out of reptiles 20 feet.
How long does it take for that to get down?
Depends on the wind. Depends on the wind. If it's not windy, it takes a little less time than I think. It'll fall pretty fast. I mean, we've all crappie fished at 16 pounds. You know, don't think of it as crappie fish. You start bass fishing, it just blows your mind. It can take a little while. If it's windy, you just the 8th is kind of a funny little bait. I made the 8th for my kids. I wanted them to be able to throw it a little farther when they were this tall. They got the back of my boat and just absolutely whacked me a couple of days. Okay, I guess I'll put the 8th on. And it's pretty good size. Anybody else? Yes, sir.
When's the very best month of the year?
April.
April. Pre-spawn?
You'll get fish if it's a normal year, and I can't tell you the last time we had a normal year. Maybe 2014 was pretty normal, weather-wise. We were colder, like from tax time to May 15th to be the best time of year. Stockton might actually, you can probably tell us better on Stockton. Brad, Stockton's better a little earlier than that, I think. It seems like it heats up a little quicker sometimes.
I thought all May.
Yeah, all May.
To the end of May.
To me, Table Rock, April into May.
You think it's the best post-spawn bait? I mean, is that where it's...
Oh my gosh, it's up there. You know, I would have told you swim grub was several years ago. A lot of guys will tell you Kitech is now. You know, we used to split shot them all the time, shaky head them all the time. I've never seen anything. I've fished since I was fished seriously since I was about 13. That's when I got my first Bass Masters, 1985. And I've never seen in that time a bait that catches fish. I fished Okeechobee, Bull Shoals, Truman, up north, Mississippi River when I was in Bass Club Line. I've never seen anybody throw anything that catches fish like that. And I'll tell you, if you throw it around smallmouth, it's a vacuum. there's not a bait that will catch a smallmouth faster. And I would have told you to smoke rubber or green tube, but that wasn't anything else. Years ago. Yes, sir.
What was it? What bait are you talking about?
The Ned Rig.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's that buddy of mine from Mountain Home went to 10 killer last year, and they were catching 100 to 140 smallmouth a day. Guaranteed, not a joke. They sent me pictures of it. Now they didn't catch any monsters. They caught them up to like 4 grams, 5 pounds. Big smallmouth, but not like Great Lakes do. But they caught just numbers of 16, 17 inch smallmouth. State of Oklahoma says the smallmouth population of 10 killers is about 4%. Ned Rig says it's a little different. So they just don't electrofish very well. But Stockton, Brad fishes Stockton a lot. I think Stockton's a lake that's tailor-made for that bait. You've got all those little nothing gravel points, all those little nothing gravel banks, kind of mixed rock and places like that. You can't catch them on Stockton throwing it. I can imagine anywhere better. Yes, sir.
You ever fishing at night?
Yeah, actually we did Saturday night. We probably caught 20 on Saturday night. The first night we were down here, we fished a little bit just around the dock, well in the dark. And we had 2 or 3 keepers in it there. To me at night, it's not anything different than a hair jig. We used to fish bull shoals all the time. We throw a black hair jig, the old S&M bait they made down there. We sold the bull shoals boat dock on a card. And we throw that with a U2 eel. Kind of bleeds me a little bit. An old skinny pork eel, the little one. And it doesn't move any more water than that. They don't have to see a bait now. It doesn't have to be anymore. Yes, sir.
I didn't hear you. How long you got that salt in there with a jig head? How long do you keep that in?
Well, I had them in there. I had them in there from summer into March last year.
Man, I've never seen one hold up like that.
I'm telling you, that must have hooks and hook. It's a hook. The guy who showed me that hook guides hybrids and whites primarily in Kansas on long woody lakes out there. He puts that number 2 hook in his hybrids and his whites.
With all the disadvantages of using the salt in those baits, what's the advantage of having salt?
Well, it's in the zinc or Z because they wanted to copy, replicate a bait kind of like the sinker. They wanted that fall rig that you get from a wacky rig stick worm. That's what they were going to do. And that's why it's in there. And that's why you can take the little deal and throw it on 16-ounce head. And you can chuck it across that parking lot with a long rod. Because it's got all that salt in it. And when it loses all the salt, it picks up the water. And it still has weight going back and forth. Anybody else? Brad, yes, sir.
I noticed in your box, the peanut butter and jelly you had rigged up, the hook came out the purple side.
Always. I swear I do it. I don't know if there's a right way or a wrong way. If I've got a laminate worm, that's a pretty good question. Maybe you guys have different answers. If I was rigging a laminate, like a ribbon tail worm, like a culprit or a zoom worm, I would have the dark half on one side and the light half on the other, and I'd rig it down the seam. But I want the curl tail, not the side. On a straight worm, I always want that dark color on top. It just makes sense to me, that dark line.
I just didn't know if it was standing straight up. Would it make a difference?
I don't know. It may not at all. I've had a couple thousand acres, so it works. I don't see the reason to change. Yeah, right. Well, now actually, when they make their fatty Z worm, they make it the other way around. They put the grape on the bottom and the brown on the top. It works too. Yes, sir.
You get water in your box.
Dry it out as fast as you can. I'm not kidding. That sounds like a facetious answer. I was down at the lake when it came up in 2011, when we went from 914 to 936 or whatever we ended up with. I was there those 3 days. They called out that BASS. And the ish was staying in the backside of the resort where I was at Richmond Road. And he was down there with his Ranger pulling the slip, and he literally had every box of tackle out of his boat, drying every square in every box from the collar, and drying every hook down the shank of the back. There's nothing to use it right now.
Well, I don't stay in that water very long. It's ruined.
Yeah. I